Hi, baby.
Hi.
I love you.
I love you very much.
And you want to hear my Ozzy impression?
Of course.
Yeah. We love you all. I was trying to think of another one because everybody's expecting, we love you all! And he jumps around and people spray water all over him because I heard that he pees himself in concert. So he's always getting blasted with water. Good cover. And, you know, keeps you from having to shower up after the show. Girls don't want to wait. Not when you're a sex fiend. Yeah. I'm pulling into the yard today. I was out in the world and it says breaking news when I picked up my phone. It says from Forbes. I'm like, oh, the Forbes, the Fortune 500 people, the people, you know, that poor guy is one of their biggest, he's one of somebody's biggest fan. All I know is when that poor guy fell off the Forbes Fortune 500 list, wherever it was he fell, he didn't like it. Not one bit.
Got a little salty about that one.
Yeah. But as it turns out, he's still getting coverage by him. So everything works out. They put out a breaking news, and it says that, his lawyers have signed an agreement. He signed an agreement, $200,000 bond, which the way I understand it, 10% of that's paid, $20,000 right up front, so you can leave. I mean, I don't know what a guy's got to do to need to pay bail. I have always been let out on my own recognizance. It just, what?
Always, every time.
Every time. My dad always said, you ever go to jail, don't call me. I'm not bailing you out. Every time I sat in jail, I'm like, why would I call him? This is nice. I did need to slow down a bit for the night. I could have been in an accident or something. Oh yeah, I was, but I survived. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Nice to have some place to lay down and rest.
Yeah.
You know, sleep it off a bit. Give you a whole new perspective on the day when you realize what a jackass you are. But no, always own recognizance, no problem. Show up to court. It's all you got to do. The thing is, so he's probably got to pay $20,000, and then he's got all these things. This is Forbes talking about it. They shared all this news with us. You know, I noticed they've got things on both sides of the party and everything. It's like saying, you only listen to one side of the news, but I listen to all kinds of stuff as much as I can possibly stomach it. And if they're not showing files and paperwork and forms that are accessible through the Public Information Act, and they're just talking all kinds of crazy shit that you don't know whether they're telling you the truth or what somebody said or what they dreamed. At some point you're just like this, you know. So I do watch them enough to know if they're reliable or valid.
A little bit of hard data just with my news coverage.
There needs to be some validity.
Give me some statistics.
And again, reliability, it's like it has to be more than just once in a while they say something that's valid. Yeah, sometimes they have to be right, and most times they have to be right. Mm-hmm. That's validity and reliability in psychological and, experimental, testing. We're scientists, and we're not Christian. So then you think, now he's got until Friday. They gave him last week. They told him he and all the other 18 people need to be there by Friday. Be there at Fulton County Jail Friday night. It'll be wild. And, yeah, so what are they doing? He has his lawyers go in today, do this bail thing, and now he's going to wait till Thursday or Friday, he says, to show up and do his thing. But the guy in the jail down there already said, hey, you know, we're open 24 hours a day. You can come in at 3 a.m. if you want, you know, because you get here, you come in the order you arrive. Yeah. I'm sure they're not going to have all the regular crackheads and everybody else. And I'd like to strike that remark because I don't want anybody to think that I was talking about some kind of prosecutor or something. I'm talking about the real crackheads, you know, cops in Atlanta that we used to watch and all that. They're not going to be coming in at the same time. Yeah. But to have these 19 people, they want to play some fucking game and act like, you know, we'll make it hard on you or whatever. And I don't know how it works if they're in the building. But if they all wait until Friday at noon or 5 or something, who knows? Like I said, it'll be wild. They could start fighting each other in there. There might be all kinds of crazy shit going on. And the thing is, any one of those people playing a game where they'll wait to the last minute, if they all do it, I can see it possibly going beyond midnight on Friday before some of these people are finished with their booking, their fingerprints. I just really need to get some of my mug shots, baby. I don't know how to do it. Somebody's got to tell me. Give me a site. Comment down below. Because I'm looking for one in particular that is just fantastic. It looks almost as good as my passport photo.
That's pretty good.
You got to help me because I have my court number. There was a contest and nobody found it. Find my mug. Find my shot or something like that. But so they get their pictures, their fingerprints, all this stuff. If they're there beyond midnight before they get their turn because they all decided to go in like some big fucking posse, there's a whistle pig. Groundhog, woodchuck. That's a good looking one. He's in our backyard. I don't care if they're in the building or not. They haven't been booked. Yeah. They've got until Friday. It probably doesn't even go beyond midnight. It's probably business hours.
Actually, I thought it was like noon on Friday or something like that. I don't know. It's Friday. But they've had a week and a half to go down there and do it.
And so
I would think there wouldn't be an exception.
What's going to happen? I mean, you think, why didn't he just go down with his lawyers today and do the booking? Because, I mean, you know, he's costing his supporters a lot of money in legal fees. Now he's paying 2 different days of them working for this thing. Mm-hmm. He's paying transportation costs. You know, I sure hope you guys are making some pretty good money, and some of you are, but he's wasting a lot of money. Not only that, could have gone down there today, got it all taken care of. Yeah. Who wants to keep going back to the courthouse? Last time I was in trouble, they didn't book me till I got to the courthouse. It was just like that guy. They looked and they're like, what, we have no of you here. And it was because I woke up in the hospital and the cop just left. So I had to do my fingerprinting and everything and right there before I even went in. It shocked everybody. That's stuff that's not supposed to happen. I should have probably stood against it. But that day I looked and I said, guilty. And the judge, he said, are you sure? I said, well, I did it. I said, there's no getting around that. I said, let's just get it done. I don't want to have to keep going back to court. But he convinced me, well, if you wait, you know, maybe we can work something out for you. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. whatever it is he worked out for me sounds better to me than it looks on paper. Somebody's looking at it. So yeah, get the court date out of the way. I mean, the court work, everything, how much attention does this poor guy need? And you know, we all know he needs a lot of attention, but there is no telling just how much he needs.
Yeah.
I think it's infinite.
pretty
I don't
sure
think
he-
there's enough energy throughout the universe yet until it expands a little bit more with his head.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure he wasn't breastfed.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was spanked though. So yeah, this is something they need to think about, and I would like to see it happen, because you have no idea how many of these things I'm right about. She does, and I do videos about them. But if you were to search through this stuff, we'd probably have to wait for the information to come out until like January 2026. There's no way you can go through all this. It goes to the moon, Alice. So yeah, he's there. He's not booked. I think they keep him. Yeah, okay, we can book you at 3 a.m., but now you're staying.